Other things we can do with vectors, we can subtract them. We can multiply a vector in a scalar, should we want. I'm going to hold off on the multiplying vector in a scalar just for later. It's not anything you need to worry about to start the year off. But subtracting vectors, you can handle this, I promise. Vectors can be subtracted just like normal numbers can. Guess how we're going to do it? Resolve it into the components, x and y components, and then subtract. Unless we're doing it graphically. To do it graphically, we are going to be adding a negative, which is the same thing as subtracting a positive, right? We can use the tip-to-tail method for subtracting vectors as long as we are adding a negative. What that looks like is if we have vector A in this direction and vector B in this direction, and I wanted to know what is the resultant of A minus B, I'm going to start with A, and then I'm going to add the opposite of B. So I'm going to add the anti-parallel vector, which means it's parallel but pointing in the opposite direction. There's my tip-to-tail method. My resultant vector, use this green color, and there's my resultant vector. That's A minus B. Here's some practice for you. Ooh, let's see if I'm hiding the answer. Draw the difference between A and B. Ready? Ta-da! I hope you got it. Or roughly, you're just starting out, you're just learning, so it's okay if you don't get it at the very beginning. Now to do this numerically, here's our x components and y components for the two, and here we're going to subtract the x components from each other and the y components from each other. Here we have, I said I was going to skip this, but it's here for you. Vector A is on the left. What would 2a be? It would be twice a, right? So a and a. Multiplying a vector by a scalar. What would negative half be? Remember, the negative implies the opposite or anti-parallel. So flip it in the opposite direction and cut it in half. Cut the magnitude in half. It is a bad word in physics. Please don't say it. Negative 1/2 b would be a vector that is in the opposite direction, and half is on. This is all extra stuff. If you want it, I'm going to go through it. If you don't want it, that's fine. If we multiply a vector a by scalar k, then the resultant is a new vector that is the absolute value of k times as long as a. Confusing stuff, but let's put some numbers to it so we can see. A equals 3, 4. So x component is 3, y component is 4. What is 5a? 5a is going to be, x component is going to be multiplied by 5, y component multiplied by 5. That's it.